Okay, so Ryan, missing you here in the studio.
I wish that I could be there, but you do not want me sitting next to you right now, Judy. On Monday, I was doing the show from home. I let our viewers know I was feeling a little bit congested, felt like I had a cold. As a precautionary measure, we did the show through Zoom like I'm doing now, and I did a COVID test thinking it would 100% come back negative because I am fully vaccinated. 24 hours later, the COVID test came back positive. And so here I am, one of the many breakthrough cases that we're seeing in our state and across our country. And I knew by Monday night something was wrong because that's when I really started feeling all those symptoms.
Okay, I have a lot of questions. I hope you don't mind, and I'm sure our viewers do too. First of all, you're feeling a whole lot better now?
Yeah, a lot better today. This is the best I felt in the last 48 hours. And I do really believe that because I am vaccinated, the severity of my symptoms have been much less and I'm able to recover much faster. My fever only lasted probably about 6 hours, something like that, where I have other friends that had fevers for 9-10 days straight.
And we've been talking so much about, right, the Delta variant. Do you know from just getting the COVID-19 test right now that if you had the Delta variant or if you have it right now?
I asked my doctor that very question. So most hospitals are not testing for the variant specifically. That's a specific test. The CDC is estimating that 83% of all cases right now happening in our country are the Delta variant. So they're assuming that if you're getting it now, that's what the strain is. So we don't know what the future is going to hold on this, if we're all going to have to go back and do another booster or something like that. But I do think that the vaccine is still very, very important. I think you should get it. I think it's definitely making me heal a lot faster. I do think that, I know there's so much debate about it, but we got to listen to the doctors, the experts. I was super surprised, and it is disappointing, I know. To get the vaccine, we signed up for, we're going to go back to our normal life, and I think we're all trying to do that, but we're finding out that we are still susceptible, unfortunately, to this virus.
Okay, I have another question though. Would you have, given your symptoms initially, I think a lot of people might be thinking this, because you were vaccinated, did you think right away to get tested, or did you think it was, I don't know, a cold or allergies?
Yeah, you know what? I had done a test about 10 days prior because I had been traveling. I was negative. So I did not think that it was COVID at all. I was a little bit congested on our morning meeting, and shout out to our Windy City Live producers that said, hey, we got to err on the side of caution here. Why don't you stay home and get tested? Otherwise, no. I would have thought that I had a cold, and I would have come into work and then could have infected other people. And that's the frightening thing about this.
Right.
But by Monday night, when I was waiting the 24 hours, that's when I started getting the fever, the chills, stuffed up, coughing. I still don't have any smell, and I hadn't showered in a couple days, so it's probably a good thing.
That you're remote, that you're home right now? Okay.
Yes. I showered today just for this, okay. But I do have taste, but everything still kind of tastes a little bit bland, but definitely on the mend now. It's just, it's wild. It's a wild time that when we really thought this thing was in the rearview mirror, and now we're seeing 3,000 cases a day in our state. And we got to take this thing seriously. And even if you're vaccinated, we got to be more careful. And I'll be the first to admit, I was back out giving hugs and handshakes and living our lives like we wanted to get back to, but this thing is real. And I just had a buddy get discharged from the hospital today, was not vaccinated, and he was on oxygen for the last 4 days. So,
wow.
Let's be smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And are they still doing the contact tracing, that whole thing, after you got tested?
Yeah, and I want to point out, Val tested negative. Anybody that was around me has tested negative, so thank God for that. Yeah. She will be back tomorrow, and she is just dropping Zoe off. So she's healthy, everything's good. But that's another important thing. If you start feeling any type of symptoms, make sure that you're contacting the people that you've been in touch with. But
yeah, and thankfully right now that testing, COVID-19 testing, is so readily available that people should take advantage of it if you don't feel well.
It really is, yeah. So here we are.
Okay.
We're remote. I'm doing well. Thank you
hugs
for
and
all the
kisses to
support.
you remotely.
That's the safest way to go right now. But